On today's episode of Articulated Ninja.
I'm so tired of seeing the Vanguard everywhere. Valaverse released the biggest retail military vehicle to date. That thing is almost twice the size of the Vamp. So what? Everyone's reviewing it and enjoying it. So what? Not me though. I'll say it's cheap. Even though the plastic and the wall density is like the same as the Vamp in his tank, I'll say it's cheap. I won't break. You can only like one, classified or Valaverse. I'll just use the typical excuse to hate the product, that's right. Yeah, the number one excuse. Bobby, Vala is honest. I mean mean, he's mean, that's what I meant, yeah. He's mean. Bobby Vala is such a mean guy, so I won't enjoy the product because he's mean.
Some people are really fucking stupid.
What is going on, everybody? Articulated Ninja here, and I'm just here to share my thoughts on this Vanguard. I'm seeing tons of reviews, so this ain't gonna be a show off every little piece to it, but I do want to share my overall thoughts on this vehicle, especially in comparison to the Vamp and the Stinger, what I like, what I dislike about the Vanguard. But at the end of the day, the fact is this is the biggest military retail released vehicle to date. Those are facts, not feelings. Now let's take a look at this Vanguard. Okay, wait a minute, pause. My highlight videos are usually cinematic. I try to make them look like commercials. I honestly try to show off the product better than the companies do. So I'm not sure who they're paying, but whoever it is, they need to step it up in terms of product videos or reveals. But for this thing, I don't want it to look like a truck commercial. It easily could, but for what? So I might as well just have fun. And I'm actually having fun with this big ass truck because this thing is big. How big, you might ask? Real big.
House real big, cars real big, belly real big, everything real big, rims real big, pockets real big, rings real big. Let me tell you how I live. Like that, buy that, 24s ride that. Ladies, gentlemen, gangsters, pimps, mamas, daddies, stunners, shiners, rich snitch. I'm a real big timer, king of the hood. Everything wood, look like a forest in the truck and I'm a pud. Matches over set, big open deck, hardwood blows and that thing that connect from the front to the back. Try to top that, 615 beating hard in the deck. Push that button, microwave oven. I'm just getting started, pimp. You ain't seen nothing. That a fish tank, bro, in the middle of the dash. Yeah, pimp, but don't put your fingers on my glass. Got a 2-lane bowling alley up in the truck, and on the other side of the bed if she wanna get stuck. Clap off lights when you're getting affection. Clap on lights when you're finding protection. Now where in the wide, wide world of Gator can you find another truck with a plush elevator? House real big, cars real big, belly real big, everything real big, rims real big, pockets real big, rings real big. Let me tell you how I live.
That was definitely fun. This big ass truck is fun to play with. I'll put a link in the description below if you want to pick one up for yourself. I'm not getting paid for this shit. I don't even get a content creator promo code or nothing like that. Like I'm keeping it real because I like the Vamp, I like the Stinger, but I also like the Vanguard. But we're here mainly for the Vanguard. So let me talk about my likes and my dislikes regarding this truck. Let's start off with just some of my thoughts and simple facts that this is the biggest military based vehicle from any company to date without crowdfunding. So let me reword the facts because there's a lot of sensitive shooters out there. This is the biggest military vehicle to be released at retail without crowdfunding in 1/12 scale ever. Point me to another company who has made bigger and better without crowdfunding. Nah, wait. Exactly, you can't. Maybe Ramen Toys tanks will be bigger, but we have to wait and see. I know that they're gonna be great because Ace is overseeing them, but this is by far the biggest military SUV/truck ever to be released in this scale. Now, here come the Hasbros. Even though I love the Stinger and I love the Vamp, the Hasbros will still attack me and say, well, the Vanguard is almost double the price of the Vamp and the Stinger. Yes, it is almost double the price, right? But it's also almost double the size as well. And if you pre-ordered it and got the missile pack, it also comes with way more than the Vamp or the Stinger. So now it's almost double the size and comes with more accessories. Come on now. I don't even feel right comparing this to the Vamp or the Stinger. One's an armored vehicle that can carry 10 plus troops, and the other one is an attack dune buggy or go-kart.
It's science.
Actually, this Vanguard is comparable in size to the crowd-funded HISS tank. It's actually wider than the HISS tank if you take the side missiles off of the HISS tank. The HISS tank is smaller. The HISS tank is just a little bit longer in the front, but that's it. And I love my HISS tank as well. I think these two things look absolutely beautiful together. I love the colors here. But damn, what's the excuse now that this thing is basically the same size but just without lights as the HISS tank? I guess those lights really do make people feel like something should be crowdfunded. Now, what I don't like about the Vanguard is very simple. I love everything about it, but the gun up top doesn't articulate well, at least downwards and upwards. It's only side to side. But Suka, who is well known in the community for quality prints, printed out an attachment. It's free. So this is a free solution to the issue. If you're going to have an issue, if you want to move it up and down and just not side to side, print this attachment. So he's already provided a solution. Granted, it should have been more articulated from the door. It sucks that it only goes from side to side and not up and down. So yes, we shouldn't have to print shit for it. It should just have that articulation, and it doesn't. That does suck. But Vala listens to the fans. This man is taking accountability on multiple situations. I really would not be surprised if he figures something out for this. Like, I wouldn't be surprised because he always pays attention to his fans and any issues that they have. He actually listens, unlike some of the bigger companies. But my biggest gripe about this Vanguard release isn't even a truck. It's the damn figure, whose body is quality and arguably one of the best ever bodies to be released in a line. My issue is more of a preference. It's not a fact. It's a preference, which is I don't like this mask. I don't like the face. To me, it's hideous. I've seen a handful of other YouTubers agree that a lot of people really aren't a big fan of this face or head sculpt. But this is a preference, not a real issue. I just don't like the head sculpt or the helmet. It looks like a paintball mask gone wrong, and it has no chin. This reminds me of when they gave Gemini the baby blue boots, when the black boots looked better. It's just a preference. Look, to me, every other Valaverse trooper head looks better on this body. I'm being dead ass. Look at all these other head sculpts on this body, and to me, they all look 10 times better. Especially the Big Bad Toy Store Night Ops exclusive helmet. That looks beautiful. I wish it just would have been a Steel Brigade helmet on this body and not this weird no chin having paintball mask. Look at this He-Man Revelations figure head sculpt on this body. This is just my preference, but this body for this figure is amazing. Can I just purchase more of this figure? Please. This is the best troop building body that I think has ever been released in a line. I love this body. I just hate the head sculpt. So that's why I'm showing it off with the Night Ops head sculpt on this body. So for this video, the body gave birth to Triggers. No, not Trigger. We all know Trigger. He was officially released in the Action Force line. This is Lil Triggers, the multi-platinum rap artist who featured the Vanguard in his music video you guys just saw.
Rich snitch, I'm a real big timer.
So something good did come out of me not liking that head sculpt. I got the birth of Lil Triggers. But aside from the head sculpt on the driver, which has nothing to do with the damn truck, everything about this is a win to me. It looks great with all my other vehicles. This thing is great, man. I love it, and it didn't have to be crowdfunded, and it's huge. It's big. Like I said, I don't like comparing it to the Vamp or the Stinger because I do love my Vamp and my Stinger. This is more comparable to the HISS tank in size. It definitely is. Now, I've seen a small percentage of people say that this thing feels cheap. Okay, you're entitled to that opinion the same way I'm entitled to say I don't like the head sculpt on the action figure. I feel like the plastic is the same on the HISS tank, the Vamp, the Trouble Bubble, the Stinger. It's all the same. All of them are using the same plastic, maybe at different durometers. So the hardness may vary by 1 or 2 levels, but for the most part, it's all the same damn plastic. So if this feels cheap to you, so must everything else feel cheap to you. And if everything feels cheap to you, I'd be interested to see what a premium vehicle at this scale feels like to you. What is that? What is a premium vehicle at this scale? Because I'm pretty sure that Vala even mentioned while he was on live before that it's basically the same plastic and everything as the His tank. So does the His tank feel cheap to you? For the most part, a lot of these companies are using the same few factories and the same types of plastic, just at different or varying levels with the durometer. That's it. So does the His tank feel cheap? I hope so. I hope so, if that's the logic, right? Math gotta math, because I'd be interested to see what a premium vehicle feels like to anyone that says this feels cheap. Like, does it have velvet seats or suede seats? Like,
bitch, are you dumb?
Pardon me?
Are you dumb?
I think she's dumb. I think she's dumb.
What's that? Say that again?
what does a premium vehicle look like at this scale? Because we don't have much. But to me, this plastic feels just as cheap or just as good as everything else. The Ramen Racer, the Vamp, the Stinger, the His tank, the Trouble Bubble, it's all the same. This shit is all the same. It feels the same to me. Not better or worse, just basically the same. I wish it had more paint apps on it, like, you know, and I think that's why everyone loves the muddy version so much. And if I come across some extra income or extra space, I'm definitely getting the muddy version. Because like I said, I wish this had more paint on it. The muddy version has it. It looks realistic. It looks great. I'm trying to save space. I need a pink one. And it sucks because I want my own pink one in my own collection, but my ladies, they want a pink one in their collection room. They've supported Action Force from the beginning too as well. So that sucks. That's 2 pink ones. I'm running out of space. Like, there's only 50 made. You know how hard it is to get 1, let alone 2?
Help me! Help me! Nigga! Help me!
So I don't want too many gray variants or tan variants around when I'm trying to get some pink in my life. So to me, this is a win, especially in the era of every big company crowdfunding almost any and everything. McFarlane is crowdfunding single spawn action figures. This didn't need to be crowdfunded, and it also doesn't break the bank. It's almost twice the price of the Stinger, but it's also almost basically twice the size, with twice as many things with the missile launcher, which if you pre-ordered it came with it. So to me, my maths all across the board is just not selective or biased when I want it to be or when I like it to be. I'm not sitting here saying it feels cheap when no, it feels like everything else. So that also means I'm not sitting here saying it's premium and the quality is 10 times better. No, it feels like everything else. This is definitely a win at its price point and with everything that it includes. Like I said, let me know when another company gives us something this big with this many accessories at this price or less without crowdfunding. I'll wait.
This motherfucker don't miss.
No, he's fucking good.
That motherfucker don't miss, man.
He's good.
It starts with one thing. I don't know why you get one figure, then it's more you buy. Keep that in mind. These are hard to find. Toy hunting in stores and I buy online. Collecting's a valuable thing. Well, to me it is. I don't care what you think. Think you got it all. Here comes a repaint, and that's how it goes. It's so unreal. Come on, now it's time to go. Toy hunting, we about to get those exclusives. We probably missed those. Some more repaints, we about to skip those. Either way, we about to be broke, but you already know how collecting goes. But what it means to me will forever be a part of memories of a time I bought so much and sold some too. But in the end, I'll always have my collection. I promise I'll collect them all. But in the end, I'll always have my collection. I just can't stop collecting. I wonder if plastic is what I bleed. I don't do drugs, action figures all I need. I just can't stop.